Welcome back here with John Livesay, great author of The Successful Pitch, and he's trying to give you some strategies if you show up. Thank you, Christy. For
my
Thanksgiving
moment.
dinner and or the holidays. You know, a lot of people have got great family relationships. Some people, maybe they're not perfect. So the thing I was going to ask also, I think sometimes you can see where you get around the holidays, there's some nice extracurricular cocktails flowing around, and sometimes that can add some sparks to the situation. Any suggestions on, hey, stay away, manage it?
Right. Well, if you know that when you are, it's like a corporate party too, the Christmas holiday party is probably not the time to party like you're with your friends. And neither is Thanksgiving, right? I mean, you can indulge a little bit, but you're not with your peers. And if you're going to find yourself a little more open about what you're really thinking, with a few more drinks in you, you might want to monitor that. Because again, if you're going to be the grown-up, then you go, this isn't the time for me to party like I'm with my friends. So I would recommend moderation in all things, and you'll be grateful that you will, because nobody wants to wake up with a hangover mentally and emotionally. So go in with some moderation.
I think earlier we were talking about some of those top ones that maybe you should, and I don't want to say avoid if they are important topics to talk to you about with the family, but what are some of those triggers that might set off the bad pace for Thanksgiving? Well,
it's all about expectations. And everyone has their own viewpoint of how life should be for you and your family. And if you realize that your parents in particular really want you to be happy, and that's their point of view, as opposed to why are they constantly criticizing me, you shift your gratitude perspective from that. And if you can tell them, look, I'm not where you think I should be in my life, or in terms of my career, or my political beliefs, or whatever it is, my weight, and you can let all that go and just say, but I'm happy. And isn't that what you really want from me?
But, you know, you're in sales, so you almost get ahead of the objections, and when you show up and go, look, here's the deal, I want to enjoy the weekend, we're not talking about marriage, we're not talking about kids, like, I mean,
yes.
You kind of set the table that way?
You can totally set the table that way, Chris. I love that. It's all about framing the parameters, right? And if someone gives you an objection in sales, it's the same skill set you can use at the dinner table, which is, look, I understand how you could feel that way, other people felt that way, and what they found is, you know what, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter if we agree on everything, as long as we're here to have a good time and celebrate each other and focus on what we have to be grateful for.
Yeah.
I want to give you a chance to talk about your book. You got a great podcast as well. So where can people pick up this book, or where can we hear your podcast?
Sure. The podcast and the book have the same name, so that's easy.
Nice.
The Successful Pitch. It's on iTunes, and the book is on Amazon.com. And I'm called the Pitch Whisperer because I help people with their confidence when they go into pitch, whether it's to get your startup funded or to get a new client. And it's really the 3 secrets that people have no matter what you're selling or pitching. And it's, do I trust you, which is a gut thing. In fact, that's where the handshake came, to show you didn't have a weapon.
Oh, wow.
For real?
Yeah. And then it goes from the gut to the heart, which is, do I like you? And then it moves from the gut to the head, and then it's, will this work for me? And people are asking themselves when you're selling something or talking to them, is this going to fit? Can I see myself in the story? So the better storytelling you become, and there's some great stories in here of how people have done it, then you can become irresistible with people, and you don't have to push your message out. You can pull people in.
This would probably be good for
awesome.
people who are going to job interviews, too. How do you sell yourself?
Absolutely. And I have a secret tip on that. You know, when you go for a job interview, at the end of the interview, people will say, do you have any questions for us, the employer? And some millennials, unfortunately, have said, oh, how much vacation time do I get? How, you know, all that stuff. That's the wrong question to ask. The right question to ask is, what would it look like if I was to exceed your expectations in this job? And people go, oh. They're already visualizing you in the job, and you're exceeding what the minimum requirements are. I had somebody get hired just from that question.
Wow. So no more asking, is it open bar at the Christmas party?
Right.
Right.
Not the question to go with.
No, I like that though. Gut, heart, head.
Yes.
Gut,
Good stuff,
heart,
man.
head.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for being here. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
All right, stick around. We've got some great soup coming up and food right after this.